Hello students, today we'll study English of class 9th, chapter 1, The Lost Child, part 2. In part 1 we discussed about the child who goes to the fair and he loves to buy various things like he sees a sweet seller, the balloon seller, the snake charmer, the flower garland seller, and all this thing he sees and he wants to take all that, but he could not tell his father. Now, moving ahead, we'll see that he wants to sit in the roundabout and he calls for his parent. There was no reply. He turned to look at his parent. They were not there. Ahead of him, he turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. See, when he called for his parent that he requested his parent to sit on in the roundabout. At that time there was no reply, so he turned look at his parent, but they were not there. He looked here, there, everywhere, but he could not find his parent. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear. Mother, father. See, he was crying a lot with a deep throat. He was crying, and with a sudden jerk, what came in his body, and he ran. And where he was standing from where he ran fast and crying a lot for his mother and father. Tears rolled down from his eyes, hot and fierce. His flushed face was convulsed with fear. See, he was tears was going and he was very scared and he was hot and fierce. He was scared of it. Where will my parent be? Panic stricken, he ran to one side first, then the other, either thither in all the directions. See, he went here, there, everywhere, but he could not see his parent, knowing him where to go. He was not knowing now where to go. Mother, father, he walked. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. See, his yellow turban came untied. See, the turban which was tied on his head was untied now, and his clothes they became muddy. Having run to and fro in a rage of running, for a while he was running here and there, and for a while he stood defeated. He stood at one place. He cried suppressed into the sob, and he cried his suppressed was into the sob. He was crying a lot and thinking where his parent might be. At little distance on the green grass, he could see at the little distance in the green grass what he was able to see through his filmy eyes, man and women talking. All the men and women were talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother. He thought might be his parent will be talking over there, so he went there, but he couldn't see them, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. They were laughing and talking, and all they were doing what the other women and men were doing. He ran quickly again, then again he ran, this time to a shrine to which shrines which people seemed to be crowding. See, he ran near to a temple where the people were crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, and all the people were congested in that. But he ran through the people's leg, and little sob lingering. He was moving and moving ahead. Mother, father crying a lot near the entrance of the temple. However, the crowd became very thick. The crowd was growing more and more. Men jostled each other. See, they were jostling each other in that heavy man with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. See, then he saw a man. The description of the man was heavy man with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulder. He was. The poor child struggled to thrust away between their feet, but see, they all were there, and the child was being crushed between them, knocked to fall by the other brutal movement, but he might have been trampled underfoot. Had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, Father, mother, he was screaming only. A man in the surging crowd. There was a man in the surging crowd. He heard his cries and stooping with great difficulty meant he bent down towards this boy. Full means harsh. He bent towards the boy and asked him, hefty shoulders. A man in a struggling crowd heard his cry and stooping with great difficulty lifted him up with his arm. So with his arm he lifted a small child, this child. How did you get here? He asked the child. Whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. So he asked the child, who are you? Where is your mother and father? Whose baby you are? The child wept more bitterly. He started crying more and more, even and now cried, I want my mother, I want my father. The man tried to soothe him. He tried to soothe the child by taking him to a roundabout. He took near the roundabout and asked him, will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked the child. Yeah, when he approached the ring, the child tore into thousand shrill sobs, and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. See, the child didn't want to see all these things. He didn't want to sit in the ride on the horse, and he said, no, I just want my mother and father. The man headed towards the place. Then he took the boy to a snake charmer and who was playing a flute on a swaying cobra. Listen to that nice music, child, he told the child. Listen that such a beautiful nice music it is. But the child shut his ears. He shut the ears with his finger and shouted his double pitched strain, and he screamed and he shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. He just want his mother and father. He didn't looked or he didn't heard the music played by a snake charmer. The man took him near the balloon. Then he took him to the balloon, thinking that the bright colors of the balloon will attract the child's attention and it might quieten the child also. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? That man asked him. Do you want the balloons? He persuasively asked. He told, might the child love it? So he asked the child, do you want it? The child turned his eyes. He turned his eyes from that flying balloon and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. He cried, I want my mother and father only. The man still trying to make the child happy. Still he was knowing that the child needed his mother and father. He wanted to make him still happy, so he took him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? He told, can you smell the beautiful smell of this flowers? Nice smell. Would you like a garland to put round your neck? Do you want to put them around your neck? The child turned his nose away and he moved his nose away from the basket and retreated his sob, and again he said, I want my mother, my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweet. See, then he thought, let me take this child. Disconsolate means very unhappy. The child was very unhappy, and he thought, let me take the child to a gifts of sweets. The man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. He took him there and asked him, what sweet would you like, child? The child turned his face from the sweet. He turned his face from that sweet shop, and only sobbed. He started crying. I want my mother. I want my father. He said that I don't want anyone in this. I just want my mother and father. Yeah, from this story we come to know that the child needs only his parents. See how we need our parents. All the material things are for few days, but we need our parent the most. They are our best friend, and we always need him throughout our life. Thank you.